But we're thinking about doing some quick scopes in addition to our thorough scopes on the days in between our thorough scopes. So basically scoping every day. Can you guys tolerate us every day?
Right, because we're thinking, we know that people do scope every day, but we think, like, ain't that too much? Like, don't they get tired of seeing folks? Miss Tika said yes. That's most definitely. Yes, we got 2 yeses. Yes, three yeses. Okay.
Yeses.
So, yes, yay. So, so Brother D, we just thinking about, that's great, do it. Okay.
Cool. We just wanted to make sure it was cool with you all.
Yes, I would love that. Oh, awesome.
Oh, great. Okay, cool.
Because we think that sometimes, y'all, like, every time, like, throughout the day, I see 1,000 people on. I'm like, they on like all the time. And you can't hop on all the time. So we're going to give it a try. Let God use y'all. We'll praise the Lord. Right.
Okay, so this is the format that we're thinking about using.
She said, how is Chris responding and driving? I don't know, Chris. I don't know. But no sure. Friends don't let friends text and drive.
Chris,
we don't need that.
Don't fall into that trap.
We don't need hearts that bad. We know you there.
Be safe.
Always right, she said she don't know. She knows. She said she don't mind as long as it's useful and it's not a waste of time.
No,
we're not gonna waste your time. No. Okay, so he may do it all the time, but texting and driving is not the thing to do.
Okay, Mama Toy.
Don't text and drive.
Be careful, bruh.
Arrive alive.
Arrive alive.
Jeez, my husband be texting and driving, looking down, looking up. I'm like, dude,
quit it. Just quit it. Now y'all got her started.
Okay, so you want me to run in? Or you gonna run in?
You can run in.
Okay, so
I can run in.
No, you can tell. No, I'll run in. I know what I ordered, so you go ahead.
Okay, so yeah.
What we're doing.
So what we're thinking about doing, like I said, we don't believe in fluff. You know, I see a lot of people that do these daily scopes, and quite honestly, I'll be honest, sometimes they get on my nerves because, you know, I like it when they give us the good stuff, but sometimes it's just a lot of filler and fluff. Like, I'm really not trying to watch you work out at the gym unless it's pertaining to what your platform is. That's just me, okay? And so when my wife and I were talking about it, you know, and it's not even about followers. We're not trying to get our followers up per se. You guys have been so great. She can do it and she'd be up at 1 in the morning. She does be up at 1 in the morning when I'm at work. You're absolutely right. But we want to make sure that even if it's, you know, just a brief word for the day, something to encourage you guys, or, you know, an idea. We're thinking about doing it like, you know, switching off, like tag teaming you guys. You know, like one day it may be me, the next day it may be her. Then on Tuesday night, table talk, it's both of us. And then Wednesday night, it may be her. And then Thursday night, it may be me. And then Friday night, it's both of us. So, you know, just to kind of mix it up and, you know, see if you guys, you know, respond to that. Marriages I mentioned, they do that, and we're not so much trying to. Hello, Sister Lolita, good to see you. We're not necessarily trying to emulate anybody per se, though we love Marriages I Ministry. We just want to make sure that we're faithful, you know, and we want to abide by Periscope etiquette. Now, you all know me. I'm not too much of an etiquette fanatic, and you know I'm not the most PC brother in the world. Too many years on the streets of Chicago, I guess. But still, we want to show you guys love, and I love interacting with you. So even if it's just brief 10, 15-minute scopes, if you guys are feeling it, you know, just tap your screen, give us some hearts, and give us some yeses, you know, because we've kind of been wrestling with it the past couple of days. Oh, great. I know you're going to tune in, Miss Tika. You are like the most faithful sister on the planet. You have shown us so much love, you know, and we've got some things coming in. We said we're really going to up. Thank you. BV Legal, thank you so much for the support. We got some things coming in to kind of upgrade the whole experience. You know, we want, you know, my wife really has taken to this ministry. Thank you so much, Bodacious Believer. Thank you. Thanks, Brother Dustin. Man, Chris said do it every day a few weeks ago. That was Chris who said that. Okay. Thank you. Yes, a lot of nuggets in 15 minutes. Thank you, Sister Lolita. So I guess that's what it is then. So we're gonna pop in, you know, every day. Still, we're gonna have our Tuesday night table talk. We're still gonna have our Friday night fireside chat, and we're still gonna have our Sunday night thing. You know, and we got some other things in the pipeline coming for you guys.
I'm back.
Know, she's back. You know, so that's it for me, and I'm about to drive safely while she talks to you guys.
Yes. So one of the things, you guys, that we do to like kind of stay as a united front is we do ministry together. And tonight, we're also youth leaders at our church. So we are concerned about the marriages.
And the kids.
And we're concerned about the kids and the old people, because we also do nursing home ministry.
Yes.
Chris said he wants his copyrights for the air day. Okay. So yes, we're concerned about the marriages. We're concerned about the youth, and we're just concerned about God's people. And we believe that you can't complain if you're not going to be a part of the solution. So don't complain about when y'all see these youth doing stuff and acting a fool, and you not doing anything to make it better. Through God's grace, we do it.
Yes.
Through God's grace, we do it. We run ourselves raggedy, but you know what I say? It could be my baby out there, and I would want somebody to show up. It could be my marriage, and it was my marriage that was in dire straits, and I needed somebody to talk to. And guys, really, there was no one really for us to talk to so much than our pastor that had gone through what we had gone through in our marriage. So whatever we've gone through, we want to be able to share, because we've come out on the other side.
And we're not trying to make ourselves seem like, holy wonders. Don't get it twisted. But we have found, like my wife said, when we were going through our infidelity issues, people were so closed-mouthed and unwilling to share their personal stories. And believe it or not, we had to, aside from counseling and praying the Lord, we had to kind of navigate it ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we know how hard that is, because people see it as a scarlet letter. I can't read that while I'm driving.
You don't have to try to reach to his birthday from McDonald's. Yeah. We know that's not true.
That's not true. But people kind of see it as a scarlet letter when one of the spouses fall. And we have not forgotten. We do have some things in the pipeline for parts 2 and part 3 that we're going to make you all aware of. We're going to up this game a little bit. And those of you that are that were with us in the beginning, we want to take you all along this ride with us, this whole journey on whatever this is going to become with Marriage for Real. We've been getting a lot of emails. We're getting a lot of inquiries. We've been getting contacted by outside sources.
Thank you, Miss Lolita.
Thank you, Miss Lolita. And it's all because of you guys. And all we're doing is just sharing our story from our perspective and from the Word. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's all. We're just giving you what we got. You know what I mean? But like I was saying, when we went through, it was so hard to get some genuine information on how to navigate this stuff, man.
And she said, they got their seatbelts on, ready for the ride.
Thank you. Yeah, it's gonna be a roller coaster ride, and we want you guys to come along with us into whatever this is going to become. You know what I mean? We have no grandiose ideas per se, but we're going to make this a thing, because you guys have let us know that you guys are interested in what's going on in real marriages today. And we want to know what's going on with you. And we want to bless you and help you in any way we can, in ways that, believe it or not, we found wasn't available to us when we went through our thing.
Absolutely.
This is why we tell people we are miracles. Our marriage is a miracle. And let me tell you something. I'm a very pragmatic brother. I've seen enough death and destruction, okay? Faith and hope have come hard for me. What would he say?
Your mama said, y'all, what Gotham needs. your shirt.
Oh. So, it's really, you guys have started something, and we want to take this moving and get these 10,000 marriages put to flight.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And we want you guys to come along with us on this journey. We're excited. You guys have got us pumped up. And you've got us stepping up our game. And as the Word tells us, iron sharpens iron. And you all out there, you all are our iron.
Yep.
Don't get it twisted. You all are our iron. And you all are making us sharp. And we thank you for it. And we love you for it.
Y'all convicted Chris with y'all testimony. Well, we ain't finna put Chris on blast right now. So what we about to do right now is kind of share with you all. So one of the things that we do to stay connected is we do ministry together. And although my husband has said in the past that we don't have a lot of things in common as far as our likes, he likes to draw, I do makeup, he likes certain type of movies, I like different type of movies. But the one thing that we do have in common is our love for God and our love for God's people. And so with that one common goal, we do ministry together. Now, so you may say, well, Sister Tori, I'm not ordained, or I'm not, that's all that matters. That's it. I'm not ordained, or all these different things. It doesn't matter. You, Miss Tika, on Chris's birthday, can go downtown tonight on Lower Wacker, pack you up some sandwiches, and pass them out. That's ministry together.
That's it.
That's ministry.
People think that you have to have a piece of paper to be ministers. Granted, we are licensed and ordained ministers. We did go through all the formal stuff. But long before we did that, we were doing, as the Bible tells us, we were doing the work of evangelists.
Yes.
We were doing ministry already. Okay, we were actively seeking to help those that could not help themselves, and to tell them of the love of Christ. You know what I mean? I believe personally that the ordination and the licensing comes after you've already proven the work. Okay, that's just my personal opinion. There's no biblical reference for that, but I do hold fast that everyone is called to do the work of the evangelist. Everybody. We all have something we can do. And believe it or not, it doesn't take a lot of time. We're actually passing through Chicago Heights right now on our way to our church, and there's a
Ford Heights.
Ford Heights, I'm sorry. Well, we just passed Chicago Heights. We're headed through Ford Heights, and there's a young lady that my wife looks for every time we pass through here.
Her name is Penny.
And she's a prostitute, and she's on drugs. And sometimes we catch Penny, sometimes Penny's with her pimp, and we don't want to bring her any heat. You know what I mean? But it's little things to show people that you care. You don't need a grand stage. You don't need we're grateful for the Periscope audience, but we were doing this long before Periscope was a thing, And so we want to encourage you all, even in your marriages and in your relationships. If you're not yet married, find a common ministry or charity that you all can participate in together.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Believe it or not, that actually makes a pretty good date night. It really does.
Yes.
It may not be as romantic as you might think, but I found often when she's in the giving mood, she's in the giving mood.
The anointing is flowing. Anywho. So did you bring up Penny, y'all? 57. He brought up Penny. Penny was a young lady that I met, we're doing ministry in this neighborhood. And if you're from Chicago, you probably heard of Ford Heights. Ford Heights is one of the poorest communities in the country.
The poorest city.
One of the poorest.
It's the poorest city.
Yes. City in the country.
Doesn't even have its own police department.
Right. They don't have their own they don't even, guys, I was shocked. They don't even have a library. How do kids even check out books? They have these little posts that are within the neighborhoods that you can go and check.
Bird cages.
Like bird cages where you can check out a book. I'm like, what the heck? But one day I saw this white girl standing on the corner. And this is this white girl in a black neighborhood. And she walked by me, and immediately, ain't that crazy? I connected with her, so I kept watching her, and so she kept going back and forth, and I could tell that she was looking for a hit. And so she walked by me, and so I looked at her, I said, can I just please give you a hug? I am so not gonna cry. And I hugged her, but I knew that it wasn't me hugging her. I knew that it was the love of the Lord that's his daughter out there. And so I hugged her, and so she said, thank you so much. And she went on, and I know that she went and met up with this dude in one of the nearby apartments. She came back out, and we were still out there, and she said, can I have another one of those? She said, I need that. That is simple ministry. It don't take all the extra.
You ain't got to be reciting verses every 5 minutes.
You
to
don't.
Show how much you know.
You don't.
They don't care how much you know till they know how much you care.
Yes, period. You have to be watching. And you ain't got to look far. People are trying to go to the nations. We want to go to Africa. We want to go to Syria. We want to go to all these places.
And don't get it twisted. That is needed.
That's definitely needed.
Good ministry. But we all have something right next
things.
door. I guarantee you, no matter where you are in the country, Atlanta, California, Michigan, Minnesota, East Coast, West Coast, the South, wherever you are, there's a ministry right up your street.
Yep.
If you're just willing to look.
Yep.
Okay, and something that, everyone has different things. Granted, we're not saying everybody has the character wiring and the boldness just to go walk up and talk to people. We know everyone's not wired like that. But there's something that you can do. It's something that you can do, even if it's piggybacking off of what somebody's doing already and supporting somebody who is doing something.
That's it.
But it can be a very good, believe it or not, I think it was part of that helped tighten our bond was our activity in ministry together.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Once again, those are all that stuff on how we got through it, and part 2 and 3 is coming soon.
So there goes Penny.
There's Penny?
Yes.
That was Penny? We're gonna swing by and see Penny right quick.
No, we can't go by and see Penny because we gotta get to the church for the youth.
Oh wow.
So like every time we come through Fort Heights, I'm always looking for her because sometimes it's very hard to find her because she's with her pimp. And like Dwayne said, we don't want to bring heat to her. So you all pray for Penny. I told that girl, I said, Penny, when you get ready to get off these drugs and get off the street, come find me. But I'm going to be praying for you in the meantime. And so our big thing on tonight was to tell you guys find a ministry to do together. We'll be coming back tonight doing what we're doing with the youth.
We're going to give you guys a peek so you can meet some of our kids.
We're going to give you a peek. But also, we want you praying for these young people. Y'all, they dealing with stuff that we didn't have to deal with when we were young like that. They got one of the young girls, they went to a football game 2 weekends ago. They at the football game, fight breaks out, folks start shooting, they start running. I'm from Kentucky. I ain't never had to deal with anything like that. And these are our babies in the church.
And Sally, I'm from Chicago, and we've become desensitized to it. It's almost like PTSD, which is a real thing. We have become so desensitized to it that the kids treat it as if it's commonplace. And nobody should treat bullets flying through the air as if it's normal, because it's not normal.
Yeah, it's very different for them today. And it's one of the funny things about it is that Bodacious Believer, I know that you are having a hard time because I think it's because we're driving. I think it is. Thank you guys for the hearts. But if you can, check the replay. But be praying for these young people, even on tonight.
We're going to have a Wi-Fi signal in there too. So when we broadcast, you guys should be able to pick us up nice and clear. And we're just going to check in for a few minutes. This is our first youth shut-in. We just took over as youth pastors here. And same thing here, and we are kids are excited about it. They're excited about it, so be praying for us.
Please, please, please. And as you know, you all, when you do ministry a lot, the enemy always will fight you. The replay runs smoothly. Great, yes. The enemy always fights. So keep Brother D and I up in your prayers. We'll see you all in a few. Chris, happy birthday to you. Happy. Miss Tika, if you take Chris to McDonald's, we're going to have a problem. And I mean that.
She takes birthdays very serious.
I take birthdays very serious, Miss Tika. It's the only day that we get to ourselves that we get celebrated. So you celebrate that man.
All right, woman, put it on your mouth.
57, 75,
log off.
96. Bye. She said, just left the drive-thru. See you guys tonight. See you. Bye. Say bye, babe.
Peace.
Good night. Well, not good night. See you in a bit. Chris said, yeah, all them numbers. Bye. Okay, how do I stop the broadcast?
10 seconds.
Baby.